my name is Deanna Oliver, and in this video I will be explaining both the purpose and the procedure of the game that I have created, specifically geared toward 4th and 5th grade level students. I will begin with the main focus of the game. So number 1, the main focus of the game is to help students understand the concept that fractions cannot be compared in terms of greater or lesser value if they possess different denominators. Therefore, students will exercise and implement the process of creating common denominators by finding their least common multiple. Number 2, the learning objectives. There are 3 main learning objectives for this game. Objective number 1. Each student will create common denominators by means of finding their least common multiple. Objective number 2. Each student will learn to compare fractions with speed and accuracy by being given a 2-minute time limit per problem. Objective number 3. Each student will learn the concept that fractions with different denominators cannot be compared in terms of greater or lesser value unless the denominators are the same. Number 3, materials and resources. For this game, you will need 8 pencils, scratch paper for as many students participating in the game, 1 sheet per student will be needed, 8 mini whiteboards, 8 dry erase markers, 8 erasers, pie, one pie will be needed per game. You can make or buy more according to the number of rounds being played in classroom. Serving utensils for the pie, paper plates, forks, and a long table, long enough for 8 people to stand at. Resources necessary for this game include a classroom and a whiteboard mounted on a wall. Number 4, the procedure. 8 students will be selected from your classroom and asked to stand at the long table located near the whiteboard at the front of the room. The table will be prepared with spots for 8 people. Each spot will have a mini whiteboard, a dry erase marker, an eraser, a scratch sheet of paper, and a pencil. Once each student is standing in their spot at the table, they must place their hands behind their backs, not touching any of the materials on the table. The teacher will then write on the whiteboard 2 given fractions with different denominators. The students will still remain with their hands behind their back at this point. On the teacher's mark, the students will be given 2 minutes to create common denominators by means of finding their least common multiples. The students must use scratch paper to find the least common multiple and must show their work. Once students have solved to find the least common multiple of the 2 given fractions, they must write on their mini whiteboards which fraction is the larger of the 2. The first student to hold up the correct answer is the winner of that round. Teacher must check scratch work of the student at this point. The winner of the round wins a slice of pie, which is cut into 8 equal slices. In order for the student to receive their piece of pie, they must verbalize to the teacher what fraction of the pie they are receiving, which in this case would be 1/8 for every student. Although each student will be receiving the same fraction of the pie, 1/8, this step is necessary to reinforce the concept of fractions in the students. This will complete 1 round of the game. The same process will continue for the remaining students until all 8 slices of pie are gone. The final round will be between the final 2 students. Both the winner and the loser of this round will receive a slice of pie. This will complete 1 full game. Game can continue for as many students are in the class and can even be repeated if needed or desired. Number 5, extensions of the game. The same game can be played 3 other different ways. Instead of creating common denominators by means of finding the least common multiple, students can use the methods of using manipulatives, converting only one of the fractions, or multiplying the denominators. This is an easy way to utilize the same game with the same materials, yet teach the students the many different ways that you can create common denominators between fractions. Also, by using the same materials, resources, and procedure, many other different math concepts can be taught, such as solving for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems. The possibilities are endless. Number 6, game prep and prior knowledge for the students. Considering that this game does involve terminology such as least common multiple and concepts such as creating common denominators in order for comparison, it will be necessary for the teacher to take some time beforehand and teach these terms and principles to the students. It's important for the teacher to ensure that the students have a firm grasp on these concepts prior to the start of the game. The game is a tool used to reinforce these math concepts in the students. The students will also be informed prior to the start of the game that they will be given a 2-minute time limit per problem. Therefore, the teacher will practice with students beforehand on how to solve for common denominators with speed and accuracy. And number 7, some sample problems. One example of a sample problem you could use is 2/6 and 1/4. The correct answers once converted would be 4/12 and 3/12, 4/12 being the greater fraction of the two. This is an example of problem that you could use in your game. This completes the explanation and demonstration of this game. Thank you for watching.